a question to Mr. Hoskins about the National Organic Program. In Vermont, we've got 690 USDA organic certified farms, and that's about $153 million in sales. It's a big deal. And our organic farmers want clear, consistent organic regulations. That's the foundation of a thriving organic market. And my hope is that you will, given the recent staff reductions at the National Organic Program, how does USDA intend to maintain support both for transitioning and existing organic producers so that this organic sector that does have a lot of value added can continue to grow?
Thank you for that question, Senator, and to your staff for making themselves available to me to meet in your office before today's hearing. They raised this issue and a number of other priorities you have on behalf of Vermont agricultural producers. What, in my experience with the AMS National Organic Program, you have absolutely the most committed, informed career officials working to implement that program consistent with the National Organic Food Production Act that this committee and the Senate passed, I think, in 1990. There are challenges at times, in my recollection, with the agency working with different certifiers, especially certifiers that are overseas, certifying product coming into the U.S. I don't know that there's an answer to all of those challenges, but I would say in the 18 Farm Bill, this committee and the Congress passed the Organic Safety Act. I've got the acronym wrong, I apologize. But it basically mandated the department would update and modernize their ability to protect the integrity of the organic seal. Mm-hmm. And there were ways to do that, both with partnerships with CBP and DHS, and also modernizing technology and resources the agency could use to better pierce that veil in certifiers overseas to ensure products that were coming in were consistent with the same level of attention and practices that our producers execute.
All right, thank you. Mr. Hutchins, welcome.
Thank you.
You know, you have been a champion of acknowledging just the hardship that wild weather is imposing on a lot of our producers. And, you know, we had floods in Vermont in 23 and 24, July, the same day in July, 23 and 24. And you've previously told this committee that USDA is fully committed to supporting research that ensures U.S. producers will be able to adapt to a changing climate. That's welcome news because our farmers think any information we can get will help us. And one of the things I wanted to ask is how can the Research, Education, and Economics mission at USDA help make rural communities and farmers more resilient?
Senator, thank you for the question. As I alluded to earlier, I believe that we have a great opportunity in front of us with regard to the science that leads to the technology that will allow us to develop crops and animals to be more resilient to heat, to be more resilient to drought, whatever the case may be. We need to be able to utilize those tools that exist.
You'll maintain that. You'll do all you can to help there.
Farmers have been dealing with weather year in and year out since farming, and so that will always continue. And the good news is we will have the tools. We do have the tools now to allow them to succeed.
Almost out of time, so I want to move on to one other question. There was a lot of support in Vermont for the local foods and schools program and the local food purchasing assistance programs. I was very disappointed that those programs were canceled a few months ago. So if you're confirmed, can you work with us to help restart programs like that? They've been shown to strengthen local food supply chains. That's a big deal for us.
Thank you for that question, Senator. This is another issue your staff raised when I had a chance to meet with them. I understand your concern and frustration. Heard a number of different offices and staff raise those same questions. Not being at the department and not privy to the internal briefings or assessments on what programs or needs are being met or should be met. I don't know if I can speak to that directly, but what I would say is under the Ag Marketing Service Agency, this committee and the Senate have directed that agency through different farm bills and other authorities to facilitate local agricultural marketing production and connecting some of that local food resiliency system. So I don't know that it would be carbon copy to what you're hearing or looking at under the LFAP, but there are existing programs where AMS may be able to meet some of those similar needs that Congress has already mandated the agency undertake. So if committed, I would continue to work with the agencies to ensure compliance with the law.
Okay, thank you. Yield back, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, and thank you again to Mr. Hoskins and Dr. Hutchins for appearing before the committee.